Totally wrong. Now, you just did something, which made all the papers. You auditioned women, and here's the circular you put out for your movie, Crazy from the Heat. It was an open call. You said you want women. If you're a woman and you think you have an unusual character face or a beautiful body, or if you have an unusually beautiful face or a character body, or any combination thereof, you're perfect. Now, what happened? Was it just madness? How many showed up?
Oh, man, we're off to our flying start. We're making movies, you know. So he said, well, when it's time to look for the talent, when we're going to find the actors and the actresses, let's go right to the street, because that's where I found my music.
Okay.
And then, you know, we'll go right from there and see what we can find, you know. It's funny because nobody's ever entrusted a zillion-dollar project like this to, you know, a couple of schnooks like us. Pete Angeles and myself were the fabulous Picasso brothers, you know. That's Picasso because it's high art, and brothers because that's like pizza delivery.
Right.
And that's where our art winds up, kind of halfway in between. And we're just, you know, now we finished the script. We're going to start shooting in January. Woo! We're off to the flying start, and the company signs us up with CBS Films. Yeah, they're very proud, and the MTV Awards come up. And, man, you know, and we're up for 16 different awards, and all right, here comes the movie, and we lose every single one of them.
Oh, no.
But
you get one?
And, you know, but the reason I bring this up is because something very funny happened just the other day.
Were you hysterical, though?
Well, I tell you, I was until Michael Jackson called me up on the telephone, you know. You know, Michael Jackson.
Right.
And he comes and he says to me, oh, I'll paraphrase, he says, David, I'd just like to say that I was furious when you didn't win an award. And I thought to myself immediately, well, what does Michael Jackson look like when he's furious? And my second impulse was to say, well, I was furious too. So it's a logical step. Boom, we go to the big screen. And we're casting for it. We're going to start shooting real soon.
Now, you're so up and you're so alive and you're so vibrant. What do you do on your days off? Do you come down or you're this much fun with your friends?
We idle. We eat a lot of fiber, man.
What's the best thing about being a rock and roll star?
Oh, the fringe benefits.
Yeah.
That's the best thing. You know, it's stuff like this casting call. Oh, man, the people that you see and the places that you go, and you play Lima, Peru, and Lima, Ohio.
Oh.
And you play Paris, France, you play Paris, Texas, and everywhere in between. Yeah. Paris, Texas?
What about girls? You have one girl? It must be impossible to have one girl.
Well, when you know you're kind of motivating quick, there's a certain careening quality to the career at this point, and you know keeping up with that is difficult. I was in love up until about maybe 10 months ago, you know, like that, and we fell out of it. And I just said to myself, I guess you know when you fall out of a major love affair, that's God's way of telling you to buckle down and make a lot of money.
Yeah, and have a good time. If you can meet anybody now, who would you meet?
I don't know who I would meet.
Who would you like to meet? Who do you think is the sexiest woman working today? What are the sexiest?
Princess Stephanie is in the running. We see a lot of her in the bathing suit business now.
But big shoulders. I mean, big shoulders. Who else? Brooke Shields? She's my friend. I can fix you up.
I met Brooke Shields. I met Brooke Shields at a party in New York, and wasn't a whole lot to say. I did hear a story though.
Well, she's very shy. She's a nice girl, which you're probably not used to.
No,
you know,
it's like cat.
You know what I'm saying?
It was the cat from Wham in between us,
Yeah. So what do you do? What do you do what do you do for relaxation? A quiet moment with David Lee Roth?
Well, the quiet moments don't usually happen around home base. You know, you're going to want to travel, and it'll be a while before I travel. But usually I take on some kind of an adventure somewhere. You know, you get a period, maybe 3-6 weeks every 2 years, and you can jet off somewhere. And I started a club maybe 6 years ago now and call ourselves the Jungle Studs.
Yeah, now what is that? They told me, what's a Jungle Studs?
Well, once a year we head off into the bush somewhere, And
and look for animals.
wait a minute, is this a trick question? What is this?
What do the jungle studs do?
Well, last time we went into New Guinea, and we were the first ones crossed way up over the Star Mountains through the Hindenburg Gorge.
That's
and
great.
it took 38 days on foot. In fact, my girlfriend was with me on that. I'm beginning to discern a pattern there.
Because someone told me the first thing you look at people, which I liked very much when I heard that, you look at their hair and their shoes.
No, I think what I said once was rock and roll is nothing but shoes and haircuts.
Oh, okay. 'Cause I thought,
You get the same kind of beats, you know, and it's the same. You count to 4 and you start over. You ever notice that, Doc? You know, I hate to oversimplify, you know, but it's like, and every song starts at the end of 4, right? Yeah. You know, 1, 2, 3, 4, ba-da-da-da, you know. Like,
where do you want to be in 10 years from now? You're so successful now. So many things are opening up. Where do you want to? Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
I can only pitch for the next 10 months. There's no real security in this business. That's part of the reason I got this job. You know, it's part pirate. You know, and you sail under no flag at least for the next 10 months. You know, and then maybe back to aluminum siding.
Oh, well, if you're selling, I'm buying, okay? How nice you came on. What a pleasure.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Great success with the movie. I know you have to go.